everybody, welcome back to another episode, and today I got two of my girly friends.
Hey.
So today we're gonna be doing girl talk.
Ooh,
spicy.
Bum.
First off, we're just gonna start this off. When you hear girl talk, what do you think of first?
Boys. Sex.
Alright, so boys is definitely the main topic. Like, you know, when you're like a teenager and you're going to a sleepover at your friend's house.
Yep.
I even asked my mom that, and she's like, you talk about boys, don't you?
See, where it's girl talk, but we talk about boys.
Wild. So, we're just gonna start right in. You know, technology is a big thing.
Very big.
Because of that, online dating is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Apps are a thing.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on those?
Well, back in the day, before I knew my Jesus, I actually used to use Tinder and Bumble and stuff, and they're scary. Like, they're actually scary. Like, people only want one thing. I've never met anybody, but there were a few people who pretended to be like these people, and it was actually sex trafficking, and it was really scary.
Wow.
So, like, be careful. Don't just give your number to random people. Like, that was scary.
Alright, what about you?
Well, to every side, there's two coins. So, the pro is like, you know, you're meeting new people at the level of your comfort, right? And, you know, you're communicating, you know, texting, whatever, right? And, you know, it turns out fine. But that's the new way of seeing people, just online, not like, you know, you go down the street and you bump into a person or what have you, whatever the situation is, right? And then you guys start talking, right? So that's the pro. So the con is like, we're so used to technology that we forget how to communicate.
True.
And so we don't know the essence of communication anymore. Not saying that we don't. We're so used to technology that we forget how to communicate.
Another thing I mentioned too, it's like totally not genuine, right?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
they're swiping through like hundreds of people all the time, and you're like, okay, so you connect with me, and you're like thinking you have a chance, but with me and like how many other people, instead of like actually meeting someone one-on-one in person.
Or
right?
Through a mutual friend or something.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of comparisons too as well. It's like, oh, you're comparing me to this person and that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I think for me, my thought, it's basically like you're window shopping. You know, you're like, oh, that looks good. Swipe right, or I don't know. But
yeah,
I mean, there's still been some success, but I think it's just like you really need to be cautious because there's a fly. Okay.
I think that's a mosquito.
but you know, no, totally not my thing.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
No.
As someone who has done it, like, they're fun if you want attention, but other than that, it's really not for me.
Yeah.
Next topic. Same genre. Do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe that there is one person created for you? That if you don't marry them, you're gonna ruin everything, or do you think it's like what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't believe in the way of like. So yes, God has a plan for each and every one of us, and He has created that plan even before time began, right? Mm-hmm. But we have our own. We have the liberty to make our own choices. We have that free will, but God, and because God loves us so much. But yet, so He has planned ahead of time around our free will choices, knowing what we would already do, and has orchestrated a life in that type of way. And so, like, I feel like, are there better people that are meant to be for you? Probably, right? Because we can always find someone better. But if you end up picking someone and staying with them, God already saw that, like, before time began. And, you know, He's willing to make it into something beautiful. You know, He's willing to make it work with what you have. But, I mean, if you're single, definitely seek the Lord on it. Definitely, like, wait till He brings someone right for you. Patience is totally a virtue. Like, I know I'm personally on that journey right now. and I've just like
I think
lost.
we all are.
Yeah.
Well, based on from my past, right?
Yeah.
From who I was before Christ, like I'm just like, and I've met Christian guys. Some of them are not genuine. Sometimes they use God to be like, oh, God said that we're meant to be together, and it's just like it's really annoying. But patience and just really seeking God's leading in it, and if it is, He won't rush you. He won't pressure you. He won't make you fall back because He will respect you. And I think that's really important too.
Yeah, like I think I've had conversations with people where they're like, oh, like there's this one person, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't see that in my head because I'm just like you said, like, so I don't think that there's like this one person. There's people, yes, that you like mesh better with because we're all different. But then, like, I don't think God made somebody for you or for me or for Mish, but at the same time, He knows what we're going to end up with.
Well, I don't think that's what I said. I said, like, God has chosen someone right for you that He sees that would be, like, the best person in His eyes for you, but He knows that we would make our own choices and gives us the liberty to do so. So when we say there may not be one, it's because of our own choices, right? Oh, I'm choosing to shop around in regards to that. Whereas, like, if we did wait, God would be like, you know, I'm sending the right one that you wouldn't need anyone else. So then technically that would be the one.
Yeah. All right, so we have different opinions, but that's okay. What about you?
I'm kind of on the fence because, like, before I used to be like, yes, you just need that one person, but at the same time, like, either God is going to keep us single or not, right? And, like, whatever we do, we have to be very strategic in it because, like, when you're single, you have, like, a lot of time to figure things out, right? And do the things that you want to do or, you know, called to do, what have you, right? When you're married, you can still do that, but, like, the time is more limited because you may have children, and obviously you're going to have your husband or wife, for the men out there, right? So it depends, though, on how you choose your lifestyle and what you're going to do with that time, right? That's what it boils down to me, just time.
All right. Now, just us personally, you know, we're all single. What are your top qualities that you're looking for in a fella, you know?
To be a lover of Christ and putting Christ first above all else. I'm willing to do whatever it takes for Him. 'Cause that's how I am, and I want someone on the same level as me. Nothing else really matters, you know? Like, whether rich or poor, or funny or not, or anything. It's just like, well, obviously, like, there's certain characteristics that would mesh better, but I think that is the absolute number one thing for me. Because I feel like if I were to get with someone who wasn't Christian or a lot less, it would just be unequally yoked. And, like, either they would distract me and bring me back in life, or, like, I would just be a thorn in their flesh. You know what I mean? Being a burden, being like, oh, well, why can't we do these things? Like, why do you have to be this way? And so, I don't know. So that's my number one. But I would like someone funny.
Mish, what's
Okay.
your number one?
So on top of what Sam said, I would want someone who is funny, genuine, and supporting. And that, you know, we're lifting each other up, or, well, supporting each other to where we're supposed to be. And, you know, if he's kind of down, I have to bring up vice versa. But if he stays there and I'm doing whatever and, you know, what have you, out about that life. Cut it.
Yeah, so I'd say for me, like, obviously, like, I think whenever I was younger, I'm like, oh, he just needs to be a Christian. But then it's like, you can meet, like, someone can say, like, oh, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, but I think, like, their heart really needs to be, like, because it's, like, one thing to be like, oh, I go to church on Christmas and Easter, I'm a Christian, but, like, or I go to church every Sunday, but, like, if your heart is not
100%.
like genuine and like wanting to grow and to learn and to dive deep, and it's like, you know, I know that none of us are perfect, obviously, like we all, that's why we need to keep growing and stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's one thing that I've always said, just like like that, like a genuine strive to be better and to grow. But then on top of that, like, I hope that he's like compassionate and considerate. Like, I think those would be nice too, right? But I feel like with like the main things, if that's in place, then I feel like everything else will kind of work itself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, progression, not perfection, right?
And not being like prideful, because I feel like that's like really
It's frustrating.
Yeah, because it's like when their ego is this big and you're like, honey, that should not happen.
So we're on an equal plane here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one over the other. Well, you know what I would really like? It's almost like fairy tale now. Like, where are these men at? Where are you at?
Comment down below.
Like those romantic guys, you know? Like, oh, hey, I have a surprise, and we just go for a picnic at, like, the park with, like, a cute meal. Like, it doesn't really take much. Or maybe, hey, just be like, you made dinner and you put candles and it's just random. Like, I'm like, that's cute. Where are the romantic guys at? Or, like, draw you a bath, and I'm like, well, but not till you're married for that part. But
I hope so.
And, you know, we're all in our 20s. So when you were, like, were either one of you ever, like, a boy-obsessed girl? Were you that girl in high school? You're like, oh, I want that guy to notice me, or...
no.
Oh.
No, I was too shy.
I was always dating someone.
All right. Well, whenever you have had a crush on somebody, how do you think you can tell, like, other than him coming up and telling you, how can you tell that he likes you? Because I feel like that's, like, really confusing. You know what I mean?
Well,
it is, yeah.
Or how do you tell a boy that you like him?
Well, for the guy part, he'll look at you a lot more. Like, if he's in another part of the room, he comes back and he's
just like
continuously, no, not staring, that's creepy. But I mean, like, continuously, like, looking over your way, or making, like laughing at your jokes, even if
we're hilarious, so that won't happen.
Definitely.
Totally. But, you know, if I like a guy, I try to get around him, just kind of give him, like, the cute little eye until he notices and looks away, and then, like, laugh around my friends so that he can hear my cute laugh. But anywho, or do like a little hair flip. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, be like, hey boy.
I'm a lot less aggressive. I was never really aggressive. A lot less aggressive now in the flirting game than I used to. Because back then it's just like I would flirt and it would be like, almost like, I don't want to say it in like a conceited way, but like I lived a different life. And I flirted and it got results. But now it's just like I'm so innocent. I'm so scared to be with the wrong person. So I'm just like, oh, you're cute. Hi.
How do you think you can tell if a boy likes you?
Well, similar to what Sam said, you know, they would kind of look over, you know, either give you a wink or...
A wink, be like...
Or you know, you'll be passing through, you know, whatever situation, you know, the mall, whatever, right? Probably sees you and then he'll be like...
Yeah, not to mention liking your stuff on social media.
That as well too, but don't be obsessed over it.
Don't be obsessed. That's a conversation for another time.
Yes.
Well, like, no, not obsessed, but you know what I mean? So
don't be a stalker.
I feel like that's an easy way for their platform of like saying emotions they're not able to say face to face. Because there's a lot of guys out there that are shy too.
Yeah,
they don't have
that's
like
true.
a lot of guys aren't as confident as others, and that's okay. Like everyone has different personalities, but social media is a huge thing too.
Yeah.
What about you, Ange?
I would just say, like, as far as telling if a boy likes you, like, I think, yeah, just, like, what you said, like, does he, like, talk to you? Does he go out of his way to, like, talk to you? But then it's, like, some guys are shy, so they are not going to make the first move or whatever you want to say. Yeah.
What do you do when you like a guy?
I flutter my eyelashes at him and I giggle really annoyingly. It's just like the movies. You know, we're all Christian women. We're not gonna be just dating around like those people that do that. No offense if that's you, but that's just not our style, you know?
Nope.
Are you?
No.
Oh, I was like, are you gonna disagree? I'm like, you can disagree with that.
No, we're good.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest difference between this is gonna sound really stupid, casual dating versus like what's the word, intentional dating?
Well, I think casual dating is a big waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, realistically, if the end goal isn't for... Because relationships are investments, right? And time is something you just can't get back. And so if you are not with them to see a future with them, then what the heck is the point of being with them?
And you're pouring your heart out to them.
Yep.
And they're just gonna take it and run.
Yep. I wasted a lot of time. In long-term relationships, I wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, but casual dating is just like, you know, you're taking like a receipt slip, and you know it has, you know, number one, etc., etc. That's what casual dating is. Oh, I'm dating number one, whatever, right? You go through all the numbers. But intentional dating is like, you find that person, or, you know, you pray about it, you know, you dig deep until you just find that one person, right? And then you tell them, okay, this is my goal, that's your goal, what have you, right? You kind of break it down to see where their head is, you know, and then that gives you a good idea. Should I go on another date with them? Should I not? What have you there, right? Because casual dating is like, you know, my sister did this the other day. Yo, my bro did this the other day. Yo, you hear that, dog? Whoop, whoop. You know, kind of like that.
Hilarious.
That's the difference, you know. Should you put yourself out there? Yes or no, right?
Yeah, like I just think it's like, why, like you said, why waste the time? All right, well that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to laugh, check out one of these other videos that we have done, the three of us. They're pretty funny, they're pretty entertaining, and I think you'll like them. So, any final words?
Also, if you want to see more videos, more updated videos, you know, request for Ange to do that with us, okay?
Yeah, send me the ideas if you want these two lovely ladies to join me again.
Yes.
I'll holla.
All right. Bye.
Adios. Hasta luego.